continue with the Thundering Herd of Marshall, and head coach Charles Huff. We've got defensive lineman Michael Green and linebacker Jaden Yates. We ask you please make sure to silence your phones. We'll ask the coach to make an opening statement, followed by questions for the student athletes only. When the student athletes are finished, we'll release them, and then we'll take questions for the head coach. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Please give us your name and affiliation. Coach Huff, if you'd make us an opening statement.
Yeah, first of all, God is good. It's hard to stop what the good Lord has ordained, no matter how hard you try. This is a group of young men, obviously the defensive side of the ball, that have had influence all year, bought into everything we asked them to do, irregardless of what it brought to them individually. They've led this team. They've challenged this team. They've pushed. They've pulled. They've executed on the field. Two phenomenal players. I said at the beginning of the season I thought Mike Green could win the Defensive Player of the Year. He just went out and went on top of my expectations, won the Player of the Year. He's one of the best defensive players in the country. He should win the Big Neric, and I know that's a lot. But the impact that he's had on this team, the impact that he's had on this season, that's what national players do. They show up in big games. Jaden Yates, another young man who's done a phenomenal job, if not leading the conference in tackles near the top. He shows up to work every day. He's humble. Obviously, his father played here, a true legacy. The locker room's full of these type of guys. I couldn't be more proud to be the coach of these guys. We come in that Shuey building every single day, blocking out the outside noise, challenging each other. Thank you to every single person who believed in us. Thank you to every single person that helped us get here. But ultimately, the players in the locker room made a choice. They chose to do what they were supposed to do when they were supposed to do it the way it was supposed to be done. And they chose that every day. And good things happen when you buy into something bigger than yourself. And in today's world, I get it. There's a lot of individual attention, a lot of individual gains. I get that. I support that. I think there's a place for that. But in order to win a championship, you've got to give up a little bit of yourself and buy into something bigger. And these guys did that. I couldn't be more proud of them. You talk about the amount of history we made today. First Marshall team in the history to win the Sun Belt East. First Marshall team in the history to win the Sun Belt Conference. First Marshall team in Sun Belt history to win 10 games. First African-American head coach in Sun Belt history to win the championship. First Marshall African-American head coach in history to win the Sun Belt Championship. First entire team in the state of West Virginia in 2024 to win a college football championship. These guys deserve nothing but uttermost respect, uttermost praise, uttermost buy-in. They deserve a statue right down on Hal Greer for what this team was able to do. I'm so proud of them. I appreciate the Sun Belt Conference for putting on such an event that we could be part of. I appreciate the Raging Cajuns. 10 wins is not easy, man. They hats off to those guys. Coach D's a phenomenal coach. They battled their tails off. I hope the town and city of Huntington can smile a little bit brighter today. Coach Bobby Pruitt always told me when I took this job, we play for championships. Now, Coach, we play for them and we win them.
Questions for our student athletes.
Luke Creasy, HD Media in Huntington. Guys, this is the moment you've talked about, sometimes not talked about, but the moment you've worked for, to be out there on that field, to see the confetti fall. Walk me through the emotions of that one, and, when did you kind of let yourselves relax a little bit?
Yeah, coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a challenge. I kind of touched on right before the game is like, just because we deserve to be here doesn't mean that anything's going to be given to us. So we got to go out there and we got to go take it. I think the team did a good job of executing. I think the team did a good job of flying around and making plays. And it just really came down to which team was going to make more plays because both teams were physical. And I think this team deserved everything we got. And I think we're extremely proud of the win that we just got. And it kind of just shows you the work that we put on and off the field and the type of guys that we have.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking on what Mike said. I mean, one of the points for us during pregame was, I mean, hopes, dreams, kind of what you deserve. That ain't really how life goes. I mean, you want something, you got to go take it. You got to work, bust your tail every day for it, and that's kind of how things work. This is a process-driven program, team. So I mean, kind of falling in love with the process since January. I mean, we were working in January for a goal that was 11, 12 months down the road. A lot of people, a lot of group of guys, they don't have the mental fortitude to kind of keep going and remember that's the ultimate goal. So really proud of the guys. I mean, really proud of the coach, the whole program. And we were able to get a big one done today.
Coach has talked a lot about that it's the players that go out there and win games, but what can each of you say about the job he's done this year?
Yeah, so of course, Coach Huff isn't out there playing with us. I think what he did do a good job at is letting us figure things out. I kind of touched on that earlier. It's just like whatever we felt comfortable with, wherever we thought that was going to work, he was going to be okay with letting us do it. And, of course, he put his 2 cents in, and that kind of just married up with what we came with. And I kind of think that he just let us figure things out. Like, I feel like now in college football is like you really got to be a yes sir to some people. And Coach Huff is one of those guys where anybody can just go in his office and talk to him. It's always open. And we are extremely proud of Coach Huff. I'm sure he's proud of us, but in reality, this program and the guys on our team is trickled down from his effect. And I think we just did a good job of just marrying the two of the team and our coach success, and that's what made us get this dub today.
Yeah, I think we, as a staff, they do a great job of kind of letting the players play and the coaches coach. I mean, I think they know that we have guys on both sides of the ball who are capable of making plays. But so we have a little bit more free reign, but that reign gets pulled in, obviously, when coaches need to coach. So things like making sideline adjustments, seeing things and coaching us up when maybe we're a little step out of line is definitely a big part of our process. But also just them having trust in us. You know, I feel like every coach on that staff has trust in the 11 guys that go out on the field every time, that they're capable of making the play. No matter how it gets done, the play will get made. I mean, when we need to be reined in and reminder of our lane, that's a big part of what we get done. But the relationship is a big piece for us. I feel like we got a great relationship from coach to player.
Any other questions for our defensive student athletes?
Mark, nothing? You done for today? Are you surprised? You shocked? Or? Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure, man.
Just one more for the guys. When did you start to feel the momentum kind of shift, and how different did their offense look when they had to change quarterbacks again?
I think the momentum shifted after the first drive. I think we went out there and I'm not sure, they probably got 1 first down on the first drive, but we knew that it was going to be a defensive game. Everybody programmed down knows that this team can drive off of the defensive line, and I think we just did a good job of keeping our defensive line integrity and making sure that we were doing the right things right. And I think that was just the turning point. And it's like, well, we know we can bang with these guys. Coming into the game, it was kind of like going to be which team was going to be more fundamentally sounded for the longest. And when as soon as we knew that we can bang with them, it's like, all right, well, we know we got the duration time in our favor. So I think our team just has a extremely amount of pride behind how hard we play and for how long we do it, and that kind of just shows you the type of team that we have.
I'm gonna be dead honest. From the first snap, I knew we was winning the game. I mean, we came out, especially defensively, that first drive for us. Like Mike said, there's a lot of pride on that side of the ball for us. I mean, I'm sure there is on offense too, but I know 100% for a fact that the 11 guys on the defensive side of the ball, we take a lot of pride in going out there defending every blade of grass. So, I mean, kind of like Mike said, when off of that first snap, when we kind of realized, kind of like blood in the water. You know, you a shark. The shark smell blood. It's like, you know. You feel me? You know.
If no other questions for our defensive student athletes, guys, congratulations. Good luck on your bowl game. We'll do a quick swap, and we'll bring our two offensive players for the Thundering Herd, quarterback Braylon Braxton and center Logan Osburn.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Yes, I got to stay.
Come on over here, Barry.
Oh, my God. Appreciate it, Brady.
Again, questions for our student athletes.
Well, guys, that's the moment you work for. You know, all year, all winter, you guys have talked about it, but to be on this side and to see the confetti fall, what's that mean to you?
I mean, that's the reason I came back, to be honest. Turned down a lot of money for this moment. And, prayed about it, and God told me to come back, and I did. And he'll never steer you wrong. And, I'm just so proud of this team. I'm proud of these coaches. We blocked out the noise, and we just went out there and we executed at a high level. And that's how we won this game.
Braylon, obviously a couple big plays, a couple big throws, and runs as well. Just when did you kind of feel like you were sinking into your groove in this one?
After I threw the touchdown to Doc, the long one, I was like, okay, I'm good now. Kind of settled in. Early I was doing I'd say probably some bonehead stuff, some stuff I probably shouldn't have did, throwing the ball up, just trying to make plays that weren't there. But, stayed the course, settled down, and got the win like we needed to. So.
You guys had the ball for over 9 minutes in that first quarter. Running the ball was going to be important in this game, but when you can control clock like that, how much of an advantage does that, give you guys?
I think it gives you a huge advantage because, that was their whole deal, was to keep their offense on the field. So when we're just being able to stay on the field, long drives, and keeping their offense off the field, you're going to win games. And Coach Huff challenged us all, the O-line specifically, all week. It's going to be one up front. And I think we did a hell of a job just going out there and executing, getting movement, and just doing all the nitty-gritty stuff that, people don't want to do. And, ultimately we got to achieve the goal we wanted.
Some guys that, maybe hadn't reached the end zone much or at all this year come up big today. Braylon makes a big catch. Jordan Houston gets in on the fun. To see some of those guys have their moment, as a quarterback and as a leader on this team, what are you feeling for them?
It's an unreal feeling knowing because those guys put in all the same work as everybody else did. Like saying Bray put in the same work that Fitz put in. Doc put in the same work that Chuck and Smooth were putting in. So just to see all that come to fruition, it's really big seeing guys be able to make plays. Coach Huff said all the time, if he had a magic wand to be able to tell you when your time was going to come and you were going to need to step up, he'd be able to tell you. But unfortunately, he don't got that power. But those guys stayed ready all season. And when their numbers was called, they made plays and they stepped up big. And everybody is a part of this championship. It took everybody. So.
I'll ask one more. Where are you gonna put the belt?
At my mama's house. My mom, she keep all our trophies. She got trophies from when we was 5 years old still, so she definitely taking this.
Tori Toronto with Tori T Sports. Y'all won the Sun Belt. Congratulations. Y'all have to get ready for a bowl game now. What's the message not to get too distracted and not to let celebration get over a bowl game?
Winning a championship is something that, not everybody can say they've done. I think we maybe had 3 people in our entire team that's won a championship before. So we're definitely about to celebrate this, at least till Sunday. We're probably going to go right back to work on Monday. But, staying focused is going to be tough. But we won our ultimate goal, so, yeah.
And back on the goal, this is the first Marshall team to win a conference title in the Sun Belt. Just hearing that, how does that make y'all feel, both of y'all?
That's probably the best feeling you can have. That was in August. We talked to influential speaker, and he was kind of going over our goals. And we said in August we wanted to be the first Sun Belt team, or Marshall Sun Belt team, to win a championship. And we said that in August, and we did nothing but put our head down and we worked for it. And then we got coached by, I think, the best coaching staff in America. They got us right. We put in extra time. You know, God don't make mistakes. And obviously we got the goal we wanted.
Should add to that, even before August, that was the recruiting pitch to me to get me to come to Marshall. Coach Huff, Coach Diggy, they told me that we were bringing in guys. We weren't bringing in Marshall football players. We were bringing in players to win a championship. And all the way back in January, just seeing that goal come to light tonight it's an unreal feeling.
Braylon, Logan, congratulations. Good luck to you in your bowl game.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless.
And in just a moment, we'll take questions for Coach Huff.
Good job, fam.
You too, fam.
Oh, no? No?
You left him hanging.
You want another dap?
Yeah, the championship dap. There you go. Yeah.
We'll take questions for Coach Huff.
Coach, obviously this, moment is important. Just to see them accomplish what they did in the way that they did it, regardless of, whether it was a third-string quarterback or whatever. Winning a championship is hard. Can you just talk about what you experienced emotion-wise watching them celebrate that?
Yeah, it's one of the most gratifying feelings you'll ever have as a coach when you get to watch a group of guys that get to achieve a goal that they actually set out to achieve. 130 some odd teams set out to achieve this goal. 14 teams in this conference, and to be the team that actually gets there. As a coach, you can't be more appreciative of their buy-in. It helps me understand that the process works. It helps me understand that, when you stay prayed up, you trust in the Lord, you do things right, treat people the right way, good things happen. Obviously this is a huge moment for Marshall University. I'm appreciative to be the leader that got us to this point. There's a lot of history here at Marshall. We all know. We could sit here for hours and talk about the history, but the first team to win a Sun Belt championship, you can't erase that. We may win 10 more if we come back next year and we win another one. But you can't erase the first. And to be a part of that, I'm forever grateful and humble to be a part of that.
Coach, in a game like this, there's so many big moments, but have you ever been a part of something where a team ran 20 plays and your defense did not let them get into the end zone or even come away with points? That was something.
Yeah, we talk about it, from a defensive standpoint. As long as there's still, grass to defend, we got to defend it. And we got to defend it like it's our last life lesson. Coach Seymour talks to the defense all the time about, military's soldiers and military personnel, they die for their country. And sometimes out there you got to be willing to die for your country in your zone, in your gap, in your responsibility, regardless of how it makes you feel. People don't care how you feel in life. No one cares if you wake up and your tummy hurts. People care what you do. So in these scenarios, you got to do your job. And we talk to our guys about that. In life, you got to go to work and do your job. Your boss doesn't care if you woke up and your tummy hurts or if you caught a red light, you were late to work. You got to do your job, and that's just exactly what it is. 20 plays, got down in this situation where it was backed up. You still got to do your job, and to see the guys step up and execute in that moment was really good.
Coach Huff, you had Logan here as part of the press conference, and he's a guy that's seen a lot of change at Marshall, change in head coaches, change of conferences. What does it mean to have a guy like that stay committed to Marshall, stay committed to you as a head coach, and come back for this year? And then how gratifying was it to see him, achieve that goal that you've talked about of winning a championship?
Probably the one. I love them all. I do every single one of them, even the guys that couldn't make the trip. but I really wanted to win it for Logan Osburn, man. I mean, he had an opportunity. He's been here a long time. This university, this community means a lot to him. He's played injured. He played injured today. He's the only guy on the team that's actually seen all the change. He had an opportunity to go other places and make a lot of money doing the exact same thing he did here for us, but he chose to stay. And for him to do that, I wanted to make sure, and I told him, I said, if you stay, we'll win a championship, because I knew his leadership, his influence, obviously his toughness was what we needed up front. And to see him, actually get to hoist that trophy, it's really humbling. I'm blessed. I'm honored to be the coach that helped him get that, something that he hadn't gotten. He's played with a lot of really good teams, a lot of really good players, but that was the one piece that was missing, and I'm so glad that we were able to help him get it tonight.
When you look at the defensive line play, obviously they knocked down a lot of balls tonight, and got after an offense that had been really prolific. What did you see out of them, and did you kind of see their energy and drive increase throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Ralph Street, a Herd brother, Herd alumni who's bleeds green. He puts a lot of time in with those guys. There's a lot of fundamental development with those guys about, where to be, where to rush. We put the game on their shoulders every week. If we win the line of scrimmage, we typically win the game. And his guys showed up today. Hats off to those guys for going out and executing. But he takes a lot of pride in that position. Obviously, he played that position. It means a lot to him. And his guys showed up today.
What's next for you?
Well, I'm going to go in here and try to celebrate with the team. You guys have held me in here hostage for 40 minutes. But I got a locker room full of guys who I just want to hug and say thank you, because sometimes that's enough. Thank you. Thank you for everything. And then we're going to try to load the plane and go home, and it should be a line of people waiting for us when we get back. This group of players made history. Hopefully Huntington can smile a little bit brighter. I know it's late. Some people may have went to bed, but when you wake up tomorrow, stick your chest out a little bit brighter, because Marshall University are champions again.
If no other questions for Coach, Coach, congratulations. Good luck to you going forward in your bowl game.
Thanks, guys. Go Herd.